little little fellas. Or since I am bringing back an old video format, shall I bring back my old intro? Good evening or good afternoon, gamers. This used to roll off the tongue so smoothly. Good afternoon, gamers, gamerettes, and everybody in between. My name is Adopted666, and today I'm coming at you with a random talk. Now, to be fair, I did the random talks before I had that intro for a while, but all the random talks they're usually in person too, but I didn't feel like recording myself today. It's just it was just me talking, like basically a video diary where I'd share personal information, but nothing too crazy. I'm not. Hey, where the fuck is Kane? Oh. I was looking for that motherfucker, like. But yeah, I'm going through a relatively big change in my life, and there is a few things that have happened that I just never really bothered to talk about. One of those things is, well, after today, I am officially unemployed. Officially unemployed. I made this decision roughly a week or two ago, and yeah, it's a pretty big one, to say the least. So today's my last day of working, and tomorrow is a day off. Technically, I'm still considered employed by Yoshinoya tomorrow, but I won't be coming in as it is considered my day off for the week, and they could call me in, and maybe I'll go if I'm not doing anything. But for the most part, tomorrow's my last day, or today is my last day. Like going in, and tomorrow's my last day on paper, and it's gonna be tough to leave because I hit my 3-year anniversary basically next week. So I've been at that job almost 3 years, and I'm leaving. And I'm leaving because the company is just a piece of shit company now. They started off so good when I was there, but as they kept working there, they just become more and more pieces of shit. It's not right. The corporate greed is starting to get to them. It's very unfortunate because I used to love working for this company. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is something I loved and looked forward to doing. And honestly, I never really started hating it until oh, I fucking gotta hate this shit. Excuse me for the interruption. Now first, before there was very many corporate issues. I had a couple here and there, but I wasn't like, because obviously not every company is going to be perfect, even if they are what you would consider a good company. I know a lot of people just don't consider big companies good companies. They're all evil corporate scumbags. I'm not closed-minded like that, but I do see the good in everything. But as of late, the good is just becoming less and less and less, and it's becoming a lot more authoritarian, and they want you to dedicate your life to the job, and for most people that's not the case. This is just a job so they can make money to fund their school, to fund their university, to fund just to fucking feed somebody, you know. And it's not enough to make a living off of, trust me. It is not enough. Even as a manager with the extra $2, it is not enough to make a living off of. So how are you going to try to convince these people to dedicate their life to the job? Now, I had for a while, like, I genuinely did dedicate my life to the job because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the job. I enjoyed the people I worked with. I enjoyed my boss. I thought it was a really cool boss. And so right before he got promoted to work in corporate, and I'm proud of him, even though even though from what I've heard he's not doing that good of a job. That's what I've heard from other employees that have. But whatever. That's not my issue because he's working for another district of the company. Yeah, our company's like separated by districts, and he's in charge of another district, and I know the guy who's in charge of my district, and I have no problem with him either. I have no problem with my district manager. He doesn't make any rules. He simply enforces the rules, and this is his life's work. I think he spent 30 years at this company, and you know I can't really blame him. And I also, I'm gonna be honest. At the beginning, I did intend on spending the rest of my working life in that company. Like I genuinely believed in the company. Like it was so much of a better place to work at, and now it's just. So when my original boss left, I'm not gonna mention too many names here unless I'm talking about them in a positive light, just because I do believe in privacy. This Little Horn fight is taking fucking forever. Holy shit. Pinky. Alright, that's a good item to get. Yeah, we basically saw everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna look for fucking secret rooms right now. You can do that in the next floor. So my original boss left because he got promoted to a corporate position, which he got promoted to a district manager for a district other than mine, which I think is unfortunate. I would like to see how he would run my district. And he did drop by and visit our store every now and then, even though, again, it's outside of his district, because his sister works at my store. Now, I am talking positive light about my old manager, and I'm not saying his name, and that's because his sister is the one I have an issue with. She is not... She definitely changed. And I've noticed the job is starting to change people and not for the better. And so before my boss left, he promoted me to shift manager, which was a position I was dying to have. I was just dying to make my way up the Yoshinoya ranks, you know? And I don't know if I mentioned it, Yoshinoya is the company I have been working for. It's a fast food Japanese joint, and you know what? Even after the little bit of a salty quitting, I am definitely still eating there. I love that place. I love the food there, regardless. And it sucks I'm no longer gonna be getting the food for free, but it's worth it. The reason why I did that is because sometimes when you unlock those little things, they oh my god, that is so bullshit. Sometimes when you unlock those little things, they give you coins. Okay, yeah, that just does that. I need to remember to use my bombs more offensively and defensively rather than just tactically. Typically, I use bombs to like either clear out a path that's fucking with me or to look for secret rooms, and I've never really used them as a weapon, but clearly that was the wiser choice to make. Oh, nice. Oh, that is bullshit. Yeah. That was a dead run anyway. So yeah, I got promoted and I was very excited. I was waiting for the promotion because, you know, I was already working full time. You know, why not make even more money? And for the promotion, first you get 50 cents an hour extra when you're in training still. But once you get through with your training, you get an extra dollar. And you know, an extra dollar does not seem like a lot, but in the context of things, when you're talking about an extra dollar an hour, working 8 days a week, or working not 8 days a week, working 5 to 6 days a week, sometimes working even more than 8 hours. Sometimes I would have like 9 or 10 hour shifts, so that'd be an extra $8 to $10 a day, which every 2 weeks would be, let's say I work 5 times a day for an extra $8 a day. So 8 times 5 is 40. So that would doing that every 2 weeks, that's an extra $80 every paycheck. Obviously there's taxes and stuff, so leave that more like fucking $72 every paycheck if in a perfect world. But we don't live in a perfect world, so let's not go by those standards. So as a shift manager, I was already making an extra 50 cents. So I was making an extra $1.50 an hour from when I first started. So that was great. And again, everything was looking very good and uphill from there. I mean, I was genuinely very excited about this. It felt like an opportunity to me. And so during this time, I have a new boss, and this new boss is an employee that I happen to not be very fond of. So an employee I was not very fond of is now my new manager to begin with. Now, don't confuse that with I hated her. I typically don't hate anybody unless they literally fuck with me. But whatever, that's not. So an employee I'm not very fond of, which was our assistant manager at the time, ended up getting the promotion to general manager, which made a couple of the already shift managers, or one of the already shift managers, well, he was about to become the assistant manager because by way of hierarchy, but so the guy who was set to be the assistant manager quite literally left because of her. He literally trained me on the shift manager duties, and he was just like, "All right, dude, I'm out of here, bye." Because yeah, it's not. Well, clearly, I'm not the only person who wasn't very fond of her. That fool literally only left because of her, and he was a great guy. I miss that guy so much, but I think this paperclip like allows me to open doors without, not doors, but chests without using keys. So I think I'm gonna try to see if I can take advantage of that. It's a shitty shop. The fuck am I, a beginner? Throw some money in the bank, why not? I don't really use the shop anyway, so. So anyways, after that, I'm a shift manager, and as long as another guy I've worked with named... I won't name him just for the sake of privacy. He's not a bad guy, though. So me and shift manager number 2. And so it's just me, my boss, and another shift manager, and all of our employees. And right now, despite the fact that we lack an assistant manager, everything's going well. Everything's going really good. And then So I'm happy at the job. I'm happy with my new position. I'm happy with my new responsibilities. I'm happy I'm actually leading the shift. You know? I'm happy to have a bigger sense of responsibility and more pay, and I was happy despite the fact I didn't really like my boss too much. I mean, I was doing a good job because I liked my job, and that's just how it is. If you like your job, you're just gonna be better at it. It's that simple. The best way to get better at a job is to like it, and if you don't like it, you're just not gonna get better. So, bosses and managers, anybody who may be watching this, even if you're like a shift lead, make sure the lesson I want you to get out of this story I'm telling, which well, it's less of a story and more of an eyewitness account, is to treat your staff well. Make sure they're happy, because the happier they are and the more fun they're having at their job, the more effort they're gonna put into it and the better they're gonna get at it. You can't force greatness. You have to let it come to them. And you can't force loyalty. You can't. If you force loyalty, they will stab you in the back any chance they get. Trust me. Never ever force loyalty. Earn it. Earn the loyalty. Earn their trust. Earn their love. Like seriously, like most of my coworkers I don't refer to as coworkers. I refer to them as my friends. So let's say, for example, Valerie. That's my friend Valerie, dude. She's my best friend, even. Like anybody there I would consider my friend. Like when I was talking about, oh yeah, my friend Carly, my friend Dylan, well Dylan, I called him my primo because we have the same last name, and our last name is rare, so we decided to pull this joke off on the staff that we were cousins. And to the newer staff at work, to the older staff, we got the idea like fucking 5 months after we started working with each other, so everybody knew we weren't related at that point. Like all the staff that had been there for a while already. So again, it was just, yeah. What the fuck is it with all these bomb upgrades? This is not what I need right now. Oh fuck! Oh, what the fuck is this shit? So again, so yeah, everybody's happy right now, and then my boss is leaving. Well, hey Pablo, I'm telling a story about. I'm basically telling the Richard Yoshinoya lore, and so my boss leaves for maternity leave. She's having a baby, which is cool. I mean, not much I can do about that. She leaves for maternity leave, and she does come back. She's gonna come back. Obviously, she's just leaving for maternity leave. Although low-key, I was hoping she wouldn't come back. Even though even though I was happy at my job, I still didn't really like her much. And but yeah, everybody was happy. You know, I ran a very chill shift, and not to say like moments wouldn't get stressful or wouldn't get heated or I would never get mad at my job. That would just be a straight up lie if I told you any of that. But I was happy, most of my employees were happy, or at least I think they were. Nobody seemed sad, and most of my employees were happy, and it was just a good time. Everybody wanted to come to work. Everybody wanted, oh, not everybody, but some people wanted to take extra hours if somebody were to call off. You know, it was just a good little ecosystem we had going. I know I just need to emphasize how happy everybody was, because that's not gonna last very long. That's the thing. I have to enforce it as a storyteller. I'm not a great storyteller, especially because I'm doing this off of improv. There's no script or anything. I mean, how am I gonna have a script? I'm playing a video game at the same time. But yeah. So my manager leaves, and we get this guy from Pasadena. Now this guy is my favorite person I've ever worked with, ever. And his name is Kyle, and he opened my eyes to a lot, I think, at the time. When Kyle was there, I had a newfound dedication to my job that was just absolutely unheard of. I loved that job so much when Kyle was there that I would work 2 shifts a day for like a week straight sometimes. And I was happy about it. I was like, fuck, I have to go to work. I'm like, yeah, sure, Kyle, I'll definitely do that for you. Kyle was just one insane manager, just not insane as in like he was a fucking lunatic, like insane is just like, whoa. He was like unbelievable, like how much more positive the environment got ever since Kyle started taking the... Is there nothing in this room? Does lockpicking work on that? No. Okay. So it strictly only works on chests. It's called your money back guarantee. And ah! Oh, that is so silly. So again, Kyle just made me have a newfound dedication to the job, and I just loved working for Kyle. That it was sad when he was gone, when he eventually left. So with Kyle, there did arise some problems, not because of Kyle, but rather problems me and Kyle had to deal with. And for Kyle, I genuinely felt I was the first person to welcome him, especially because I worked the morning shift with him. I was just like, hey, you must be Kyle, when he came in. And yeah, and for a while, I was very unsure of what to think of him when he first came out, and to be honest. I was just like, man, how strict is this guy gonna be? Because honestly, comparatively, as much as I hated, Lorena is not as strict as most other managers I've worked with. And it's not a bad thing being a strict manager, guys. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, just as long as you're not being an asshole. There's a difference between being strict and being an asshole. For example, there's this manager that in the Yoshinoya Monrovia, California, that's he's strict, but he's sure as hell not an asshole. He also opened my eyes, and he's probably probably the biggest reason why I'm quitting. Not in the bad way. It's not like, oh, I fucking hate Luis so much that he's making me quit. But he opened my eyes, like, hey, this is not a good company to work for anymore. But I'm not at that part of the story yet, so. So under Kyle's, when I got my certification as my shift manager, my certification was a little speedy compared to most other certifications, just because we were a struggling store. I remember, like, after a while, a lot of employees started leaving to pursue school or to pursue other careers that they had in mind, and we were just short on staff. So during my certification, or during the date of my certification, was supposed to be my certification, it was busy. It was just me and Kyle, and we got no breaks. My district manager saw this, and he's like, hey, you know what? I can see you're dedicated to the job. You don't have to take the certification test, man. I see you're putting in all your effort. There's your promotion, dude. Well, he doesn't call me dude, but that's essentially what happened. If I were in my district manager's position, I would definitely that's how I would say it. if my district manager was me, like, hey man, I see all that hard work and dedication. I saw exactly what you pulled off right there, and honestly, you deserve to be a certified shift manager after that. That's essentially what I got. Again, he's an older man. He has an accent, so I'm assuming he wasn't born in this country. I don't really know the Freddy lore. That's the name of my district manager. His name's Freddy. So I don't really know his lore too much. So that's how I got certified. And then my other shift manager, Mario, had to actually take the certification test because he was going to college at the same time. So I could definitely see why his dedication did not amount anywhere near mine. Again, not a problem, by the way. That dedicating your life mostly to school instead of work is not an issue at all. If your boss has an issue with that, do leave immediately. If you're trying to pursue school, and your boss is just doing the utmost to convince you that that is not important, absolutely leave. Yeah, Freddy lore. So yeah, he had to pursue school at the same time. So I don't necessarily blame him for his dedication not being as. Oh, that's this shit. What the fuck? I forgot about this item. So anyways, I'm promoted, and again, things are going great. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm officially a shift manager now. Yay, whoopee! And so again, we're struggling as a store. Again, we're a little bit understaffed, but again, I'm still happy to work there. This is around the time that I'm working like 10-hour shifts. And we're even getting people from other stores to help us every once in a while too. And that's actually how I met somebody who's very important in my life to this day. I think I have mentioned her, but I'm not going. But every time I've mentioned her, it wasn't on purpose. I don't really mean to mention her. But just know this person is very important to my life. I see her, I talk to her every day, even though she doesn't work there anymore. I visit her house. I help her out with so much stuff because she's struggling right now. And yeah, amazing person. I met her through work, and yeah, there's a lot we have planned for our future. So just to give you an idea where things are going. So I met her because of that, but I am gonna skip over the stuff with her because that's not really important to me leaving the job. Well, it sort of is. It's important to know that she exists. Because she does play a part into one of the reasons why I'm leaving. Because eventually she gets mistreated by the company, and I don't stand for mistreatment of employees. What the fuck hit me? I'm gonna look for the store too. You are not the store. Oh shit.
AWAS.
I forgot what AWAS does. Oh, okay, okay. Just makes the Binding of Isaac speedrunnable. People do speedrun this game, which I think is cool. I'm gonna look for the store real quick because I do have a lot of money. Oh shit. Or not. Fuck. So yeah, so I meet this girl, and She's from another store, and she likes working with me in my store so much that I get her to transfer to our store, and now she works with us. Yay! I close with her every week. It used to be every day, and then eventually just turned to every week. Again, they begin to mistreat her after a while. Again, while Kyle is here, I'm working with her almost daily. She's getting her hours, she's getting her paycheck, she's as happy as can be. And well, not I don't know. I can't tell you her happiness because it's gonna get a bit too personal. So I do have to skip most of her stuff because I'm pretty sure she does not want me to share most of this. But so for now, she's in the background. But yeah. So around this time that she comes in is around the time where I'm doing like these crazy fucking 15, 12, 13, 14 hour work shifts. You know, I come in from 8 to 4, I take a break, come in 7 to close, you know? And again, not an issue for me. It's a little annoying. Yeah, I have less time to do personal things. I have less time to play Binding of Isaac. I have less time to stream, but I was getting my money up. And it was great. I honestly didn't mind that. And after a good while of working there, my district manager, Freddie, says, hey, I'm thinking of promoting you to assistant manager. Oh, fuck! You know what I forgot? My boss's sister ends up transferring to our store around the time that... like a little bit before Kyle gets there. Maybe like a few weeks before. And at this time, we are friends. We are besties. We are... Again, my old boss's sister ends up transferring to our store, and we were like, oh my god, girl, you'll never believe what just happened. So we are like that with each other. That is how I am with most of the females at work. I do tend to get a little fruity. It's fun being fruity, guys. It is. It's really fun. Trust me. Is it a little gay? Yeah. Is there some... but in response to that, is there anything wrong with being a little gay? Am I to believe there is something wrong with being gay? No? Nothing wrong with being gay, folks? Alright then. Try being a little fruity with girls sometimes. Now, you keep in mind, I do advise you do this around girls that you don't have like a romantic interest in, but rather girls that you like being around. Again, don't go super flamboyant either, but be like, dude, oh my god, girl, you won't believe what just happened to me. Tell her some cheeseman. Even if it's about a girl you like, it's like, oh my god, bro. Be like, so I'm talking to this girl, right? And they're just shit like that. They'll have fun with the conversation. They like hearing cheeseman. They like hearing cheeseman. Trust me. Well, at least Latina girls do. I can't do this. Yeah, like being a chismosa is just like synonymous with being Latina. So maybe this only works on Latina girls. So again, that's all I've ever had to work with. So I never really had a chisme talk with an Asian girl, which I do know a few Asian girls, but not like that. So. So I've never had a really big chisme talk. Like maybe like once, and it was like earlier this year, after a year of not seeing them. These fuckers, you know that girl I was mentioning? These fuckers saw me with her so many times. Oh, I don't know how many times, but they definitely seen me with her at least once. And they had already known me by this point, and not once did they bother asking me like through Instagram or anything. They waited a whole ass year to tell me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Anyways, that shit's good. That shit's funny. That shit's funny. Just little shenanigans here and there. So yeah, that's how me and Shayla were with each other. She would tell me about her boy problems. I would tell her about my girl problems, especially because after a while, she knew I had a little bit of a special interest in this female employee that we had transferred from another store. So I would talk about how things are going with her, and she would talk about how things are going with her current boyfriend. And yeah, it was an awesome time. It's nice to have those conversations with somebody because sometimes you need somebody to talk to. Granted, she wasn't the only person I talked to about that kind of stuff, and there's somebody who became a little bit more reliable. But yeah, we would all talk to each other. Again, this is a state, like, even though we're struggling, everybody's happy. We're still happy, we're still excited to be here, we're still putting in our best. And things, again, are just going simply great. An old employee of ours comes back, and I'm excited to see her, because I didn't talk about, like, my amateur stages of me being at Yoshinoya. And so a girl that had quit and come back is actually a girl that brought me out of my shell. Because when I was new there, I was very shy, and she brought me out of my shell. We started talking, and now I'm no longer the shy guy at work. I talk to people. I talk to people that aren't customers. When it came to talking to customers, I had no issue. But when it came to talking with people at work, I was a little shy for a very long time. Give or take like 3 or 4 months. Like, I was just not talking to anybody. And she brought me out of myself. She started talking to me. She started bringing up things I liked, and yeah, we started talking. And now I consider her my bestie because I tell her everything. She tells me everything, and like literally everything, literally everything. So she comes back, and again, the work environment is just great. Then after a while, we start to get back on track. We hire a few new people. We hire some great people to talk to rather than great people to work. And we've had our blunders with some hires. We've had some people that are just straight up not good to work with. And this was my first time actually seeing somebody get fired. We hired this guy who fucking weirdo to begin with, but being a weirdo is not a good enough applause to get you fired. However, this guy was a little, how do I say it? A little crazy, I would go as far as to say. Because he wouldn't stop harassing us after he got fired. So he came off a little bit weird, but he had a respect for me as his boss, and I had a respect for him, even though I did think it was a little weird. He wouldn't do his job very well, honestly, and the thing that got him let go was a little blunder he had with one of my dearest employees, Dylan. That's the one that has the same last name as me that I would call my primo. So this was Dylan's first time meeting this new person, and his way of greeting people is, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Did not mean that in a rude way at all. Just like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" No, that's just the way he talks. That's what the fuck. What? I'm not too sure what the planetarium items do exactly yet. So when I get them, I am kind of just like, what the fuck is going on here? This is my first time ever getting Mars. And this guy just lashes out on the fact that he called him bro. That is disrespectful. I am not his bro. I was just like, oh my god. Then so he's just to put it more clearly as to what happened, I'm having him prep either beef or chicken. I'm having him do prep for food, and I'm working in the kitchen. He comes in, goes to the break room to put like his coat away or whatever. Like most people just go to the break room, put their stuff away, and get ready for work. Our prep station is really close to the break. I'm still trying to figure out what triggers that dash. I just did it by accident right now. It says double tap dash. I'm double tapping things. Oh! This is a very interesting run so far. I hate how this run is interesting because it's taking away from the story, but that's not taking away from the story, but it's harder to tell my story. And this guy, like to put it more clearly, so Dylan goes back to the front after saying his little "What's up, bro?" after putting his stuff away, and this coworker that he called bro was like, "What did you just call me?" I'm just like, "I'm not sure, man. What did you just call? I think you just called me, bro." And he's like, and I was just like, "Well, it's whatever." And this guy just storms to the front. I'm like, "Jose, what are you doing?" Oh, that's his name. Hold on, I didn't mean to say his name, but it's like, "Jose, what are you doing?" I already said it, so. Jose, what are you doing? And he's not listening to me. And he gets up and he's like, "You don't ever disrespect." And Dylan's just like really freaked out. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And so he's over here just being an asshole, getting up in his face. Keep in mind, Dylan's a minor. And so he's getting up, just trying to square up with a fucking kid. I think he was like 17 at the time when this happened. He's over here trying to square up with the kid, and over here yelling. I'm like, "Jose, get your ass back!" Like I curse at work casually. I just casually curse at work, whatever. But if I'm cursing because I'm pissed off at you, just know that you've struck my nerve, and I do believe he's the only person one of two people I've ever gotten like that with. And I'm like, "Jose, get your ass fucking back here! What the fuck are you doing?" So I had to send him home early that day. And yeah, that was that. I sent him home early that day. I called Kyle. He told me to send him home early, and after that he was let go. But he was not done with the company, and he kept coming back. I happened to be like not there every time this happened, but he kept coming back and just harassing my employees. And it's just like, I wish I could have been there for it to tell him to get the fuck out, but I mean, I can't be there for everything, you know. And he even came back dressed as a girl and kept shouting one of my employees, or just kept saying one of my employees' names. He just kept saying your name, dancing and dressing up like a girl, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy's fucking insane. It sounds like I'm making this shit up, but I'm not. Like, maybe everybody was making this shit up to me. Again, I never witnessed any of this. This is just what I've been told. But everybody seems to like agree, and yeah, that fool was like harassing the company, or harassing the employees for like the next couple of weeks. This shit was crazy. And yeah, that's the end of him. Yeah, so the whole point of that little B-plot is to tell you, like, you're not always gonna be working with charming people. Fuck. I just wanted to grab that key. Alright, whatever. I haven't even made it very far in these runs. Alright, I'm gonna give the game a little pause. Just refocus my brain. And continue on in my story. Right now I'm at Jose and quit. And then, eventually after a while, things go the way they go. We had to let some employees go. Not to fire them, but we do have to, let people go because they want to pursue careers, they want to go to college, and again, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But we have our own little squad now. We have our own little thing. Then Lorena comes back. Whoops, didn't mean to say her name, but I know I'm slipping up now. I should have taken a little bit of a longer break, but whatever. So my boss comes back, and And keep in mind, before this, I was being praised for everything I do. I was just like, "You're doing a great job, Richard. I'm thinking of promoting you to an assistant manager. All this, and that. All good things. All positive criticism." And I'm happy. But then my boss comes back. All that is thrown out the window. Why aren't you doing this? You're supposed to be doing this. Oh, you're not supposed to do it that way. You're supposed to do it this way. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just all this shit. All of a sudden, I went from everything you're doing is right, you're on the right path, you're doing a great job, to all of a sudden, the day she comes back, everything I'm doing is fucking wrong. Everything I'm doing is fucking wrong. And I'm pissed off. I don't... Like, how, like, you can't imagine how good it is to be like, oh yeah, you're doing great. And then to not change a thing, then all of a sudden, everything you do is wrong. Everything you do is fucking a mistake. Why are you doing it this way? It's not supposed to be like that. It's just, this was never an issue. Until all of a sudden you come back. What the fuck is... Keep in mind, I already don't like her, and then she comes back, and that's how I'm greeted. This wasn't done right, this doesn't done right. Why aren't you doing this? You're supposed to be doing this. And I'm just like, Jesus. And this goes on for a while. Then, so again, it's just me and my boss and a shift manager, which is where nepotism comes into play. That shift manager is my old manager's sister, and as soon as she comes back, that charming personality that she had, that bestie personality I had with her, all goes down the drain. All of a sudden, she starts acting like an asshole. She's so fucking full of herself. And not to say that I hate her, but ever since she came back, she doesn't even bother saying hi to me anymore. Which before, she used to be one of the first people I would greet when I get there. Now, like, sometimes I'll say hi and I'll just get completely ignored. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Now, all of a sudden, like, it's like, why the fuck are you like this? And I'm not the only person that has issues with my boss. Just letting you know, it's not me. It's not just me that she's picking on. And so nepotism starts to come into play. All of a sudden, me, who has been doing their damnedest for this fucking store, been sacrificing literally my whole day to be at the store, 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. just focusing on the store, with a few hours in between where I'm supposed to be technically going home, but I didn't. I just stood in the office watching fucking South Park. Golden fucking days. Chill in the office watching South Park, wait for my next break. Or sometimes I would even go to the mall and be like, oh hey, this figurine looks fucking cool. Let me buy this figurine. I bought an L figurine at the fucking mall, and I had it decorate the office for like fucking months. Like, L was just chilling in the office. Obviously, I took L home eventually, just because I wanted him home. I wanted to have L at home. Especially because he went missing once, and I was just scared that they fucking throw him out. Because I wouldn't put it above him to throw him out. But that was when Lorena, or my anonymous boss came back, my bad. And just started being an asshole about everything. And all of a sudden, all the appreciation I felt from Kyle, from Freddy, and all my other employees my employees still appreciated me. My employees never, they stood by my side. They agreed with me when I had to tell them about my issues. But as time kept going on with my old boss coming back, I felt my life falling apart. My depression came back. For a while, I had lost my I'm not gonna self-diagnose myself with depression, but for a lack of a better word, I am gonna call it depression. Just for lack of a better word. Whether it is depression or not, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. But I was very depressed. I was very depressed for a while. I just found it hard to be happy. I find it hard to find anything that made me happy, and that's just the reality of being me. Sometimes it's hard to find anything that makes me happy, which is why I'm always out driving. I'm always out going to other places, and then That's why I'm always just trying to have as much fun as possible. Just forget about it, because by the time I'm alone, all those thoughts come back, and again, with my depression was starting to, again, I'm just calling it depression for lack of a better word, was starting to fade away. I wasn't feeling like that anymore. I was happy. I was excited. I was doing things. I was going to Anime Expo. I have this new special person that made me happy. That showed me things that I would never, been. That sounds dirty. It's not anything dirty. She just showed me life experiences that I would have never had. She has her problems, and I have my problems, but we have things. She has things to fix my problems. I had things to fix her problems, and eventually she kind of mended me back together a little bit. For lack of a better word, she put me back together, and I feel happy. Then all of a sudden, my boss comes back, shits on everything I do, shits on this girl that I've been working with. She's just absolute terror. I'm not happy anymore. I start redeveloping my, again, depression for lack of a better word, and I'm not a happy camper. That's all. And eventually, after a couple of months of this, I start dreading to go to work. I'm no longer excited to go to work. I'm no longer doing everything in my power to go to work. I'm running late all the time, which was never an issue. I was always fucking early. And that's because I'm just simply not leaving my house as early as I used to. I used to leave my house consistently like about an hour to half an hour before work. Like, I was that excited for the job. I love this job. I dedicated my life to the job. Like, I would get there early. Sometimes I would clock in early. Sometimes I would just chill in the office watching South Park until I had to clock in. Like, life was good. Golden Razor, if I'm not playing Eve, I don't want it. Which I think Eve comes with it. Oh no, she comes with a normal Razor for sure, but I'm pretty sure you could upgrade her enough to where she starts the Golden Razor. Which is a demonetizable word, by the way, Razor. That is so fucking dumb, huh? Luckily, I don't make money off of YouTube, and I'm just doing it for the passion of it, but... Holy fuck, I would not be able to say Razor. Can't even call guns or firearms. You have to call them launchers. I remember the King of Random had a video where they were playing with guns. They went full Demolition Ranch. They went full Kentucky Ballistics. They went full FPS Russia. They went full fucking, oh, what's that other guy? The guy that loves the AKs. Holy fuck, how did I forget his name? Is it Brandon? No. Is it Brandon Herrera? Is his name Brandon Herrera? The guy that loves AKs? The AK guy? I think that is his name, Brandon Herrera. Yeah, it's Brandon Herrera. The King of Random decided to go full Brandon Herrera on us, and they started playing. They started playing with guns, and not once. They're like, oh, I have a 22 caliber. I have a 22 launcher over here. Now I have a 9mm launcher over here that we're gonna shoot at, whatever the fuck. That shit was so fucking stupid, so fucking dumb. But whatever. I mean, whatever you have to do to monetize your content, really. Whoa, where the fuck was I? So yeah, I used to be really dedicated to coming in to work early. I would again go either sit in the office and watch South Park, or I would just even clock in early if they needed the help. And it was great. If I clocked in early, I got extra money. If I didn't clock in early, I was just, I had some time to relax and, be Richard without the influence of anybody else. Or sometimes there'd be another coworker that's there early, or they're on their lunch already, and I'm there and we just have a conversation. It's that didn't happen anymore. The last time I've been to work early, I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you the last time I've been to work early. Like, I have lost all motivation to be there. I've lost all my love and passion for the job. And that sucks, to lose passion for something. Because I know to most people it's not a dream to work in fast food their whole life, but I was into that idea. I really was. I was into that idea of working with Yoshinoya till my retirement because I loved the job so much. I wanted to work in the corporate offices. I wanted to build up. I wanted to make a career out of it, but just you can't always get what you want, I guess, and yeah, I know to most people, fast food is not their dream. I get that. It wasn't my dream either, but it's definitely not my dream. Because the reason why I wanted to make my ranks up all the way to corporate is I've always wanted either to run a restaurant or own a restaurant or just be in charge of important things for a restaurant. Whether it be a fast food restaurant or a fancy restaurant, the food industry was always something I was interested in from a very young age, all the way back in middle school. All the way back in middle school, I used to watch Kitchen Nightmares with my then stepdad and my mom, and I was just like, it inspired me to want to run my own restaurant again. Well, at first it inspired me to run like my own sit and eat restaurant, but later on into the future, I did kind of want to run a fast food joint. I have a name plan for it and everything. I have a little bit of a menu going on. It's a dream, and I suppose I could try to grind and make that dream a reality, but right now it's just not the time. Is the name Dick's Deli? No. I don't want to. Yeah, but yeah, I did want to work for. I did have intentions of being there, if not until retirement, but at least for a very long time. And just the way things are going, like the casual mistreatment, the nepotism, and honestly, just the failure to view employees as people. And this is when things start going like south for not only the company but my manager too. Not only does my company start failing to view the employees as employees, or not only do they start failing to view the employees as people, they start viewing them as assets, as just things. And trust me, that never used to be a thing before. That never used to be a thing. That was never an issue. Until, again, very, very recently. Until relatively recently. And it's just not a good environment to work for. They expect you to be there on time and all the time, and I get that. I get that. You are supposed to be on time to your job, but having a point system is fucking retarded. There's a point system that's specifically designed to get people fired. It is designed to get people fired, and I know that person that's very close to me did fall victim to this point system. Not everybody has reliable transportation. The bus isn't always going to be on time. Not everybody. Uber is way too fucking expensive to take to your part-time job for what. This is what the reality is for most people here. It's a part-time job. taking Uber there is gonna cost them essentially the fucking money they make that day. So why would they? Why even bother coming in at that point? So and even at that, sometimes your Uber's late. Sometimes nobody's in the area doing fucking Uber. There's so many things that can possibly go wrong that the company just absolutely refuses to take into consideration. And this is the company's fault. Then it's my manager's fault for, again, failing to view us as people. They view us as machines that are gonna be there constantly, ready to work all the fucking time. It's not gonna happen. One of my coworkers, I'm not gonna say who, their mom fucking died. Oh no, actually they had already quit by the time their mom died. And her mom was dying of cancer. And she just wasn't able to come all the time. There would have to be days that she'd have to take off or at least switch shifts, and they punished her for that. I'm like, what the fuck? She has bills to pay. Hospital bills to pay. She has her rent to pay. She has utilities to pay. She has her mom to. She has to feed herself. She has to feed other. It's like, why the fuck would you guys punish her for visiting her mom in the fucking hospital? It's not fucking fair. That shit pissed me off so much. It pissed her off so much. She ended up leaving earlier than she planned on quitting. So originally she planned on quitting for the sole purpose of she wanted to pursue a different career, and she had a set date to quit around the time school started, and she was just gonna try to make as much money there before school. And I was just like, yeah, you go, girl. Go ahead, get your education, get the job you want. You don't have to be here all the time. This doesn't have to be your life's work if you don't want it to be. And so yeah, that was her original plan. Stay a couple months extra until school's about to start, make as much money as she can, and then have enough saved up. But again, things happen. Things aren't perfect. They start cutting the shit out of her hours just because her mom has to go to the... because her mom has cancer. And this isn't the company, by the way. This is my boss. Just treating us like fucking playthings. And yeah, so eventually she quit a lot earlier than she would have. Because of just the constant hour cuts and the constant complaining about the way she does her job, despite the fact that her mental state is just not there. When a loved one is dying, your mental state's just not gonna be there. It just simply isn't, and you're not gonna be all there all the time. So yeah, of course she's gonna make mistakes. Of course things aren't gonna be completely perfect all the time, but that's what our boss expects from us, and that's just not right. Oh boy, I'm getting a phone call from Mississippi. Hello? Hello?
Is this Mr. Armando?
No.
Okay, thank you for the start for the information.
By the way, if you guys want to prank these people, their number is 1662. Oh, hold on. It disappeared. There we go. 1662 350 0415. Do with them as you will. I don't know how they have my number, but they have it. So I'm now going to give everybody their number. I'm a believer in chaos like that. Where was I? Oh yeah. So another coworker got their hours cut because they had to take their baby to the hospital, and you're not allowed to do that. Find somebody else to do it. Your home is Yoshinoya now. You're forced to work at Yoshinoya. It's like, what the fuck? Really? They even tried cutting my hours. They realized it was a mistake because for that whole 2 weeks they cut my hours. They called me in every single fucking time. Every single fucking time. That shit was hilarious. It was so funny. It's not even. I was gonna say something that made absolutely no sense. I was gonna say it's so funny, it's not even funny. But holy fuck, they cut my hours to like 3 or 4 days a week, and that whole entire week they called me in. And I was just like, what the fuck were you guys trying to accomplish here? I carry this fucking store sometimes. Not to toot my own horn, but I carry that fucking store sometimes. And you guys tried cutting my hours because what? I was late a couple times? Huh? Huh? Because I give rides to employees that need them, therefore I'm a little late. Because I complain about the way you guys run the place. Like, why the fuck would you guys even bother trying that? As a matter of fact, some of those like weeks that they cut my hours, I started calling up other stores and saying, hey, I work at this Yoshinoya, do you think I can work with you guys? And just Alhambra ended up being the one that I would work at whenever they would cut my hours for no fucking reason. For no good reason in particular. It was just, that's just what I would do. It was just like, hey, I'm not gonna let these fuckers bully me. You know? It's my fucking livelihood they're fucking with. Fuck you guys. And that's the thing. They started fucking with my livelihood, and you don't fuck with Richard. You simply don't. Richard will always find a way to gain the upper hand. And right now, the company is struggling. We are short on employees. We have people quitting. And we have this new fucking policy that makes we have this new policy that nobody wants to fucking work with. But everybody's quitting, everybody's like fucking getting fired because of this new fucking policy, and right now our store is low, so low on fucking employees. And this is around the time I decided to quit, just to stick it to their face. And I do feel bad for the innocent employees that are stuck in the middle of my wrath, but Richard always gets his way. Always gets his way. In the names of my hero, I always come back. Okay, now I'm being a little silly, but I just have to make a FNAF reference every video. I'm sorry, it's my favorite game series. Keep in mind, my favorite game series, not favorite game. This is my favorite game. There's a very big difference between and that. So yeah, fuck you for taking your baby to fucking hospital. You deserve to get your hours cut. Fuck you for visiting your mom who's fucking dying. Fuck you. You're not supposed to do that. Fuck. Fuck. I even went to work after watching my dog fucking die. I came to work after watching my fucking dog die. Just to show you how scared we are of losing them fucking hours. You think I want to go to work when my fucking dog dies? No. I was depressed the whole fucking time. I didn't want to help any of the fucking customers. It was the beginning of the... Well, no. That happened before, like I decided to quit, but yeah, I chose the worst time to quit. And nobody's mad at me for it. Like, none of the employees, like, as far as I know, they're not mad at me for it. They all know that I have issues with not only the corporation, but the boss. And the corporation is just slowly and surely becoming more and more corporation-y. And trust me, it was never like that in the beginning. It was never like that at the beginning. In the beginning, yeah, there were some rules we had to... There's some things we had to do, but it was nothing. What essentially the company keeps doing is they keep making the job harder and harder, adding more tasks, adding more responsibilities to your average employee, but they are not giving them a raise. They are not giving them a raise. At all. For example, one of the things is the boba. The boba is a pain in the ass to make. It is. And it's not that we're not happy to make it for you. Like, it was all something we were all excited to get. But if you're up there in the front by yourself, which in an understaffed store happens a lot, and everybody's fucking ordering boba, you're gonna spend it takes about like a whole minute to make a boba, which doesn't seem long, but in fast food terms, even saving 30 seconds is a huge fucking leap. It's like a huge... It's a huge deal saving 30 seconds, really. If you do something 30 seconds faster consistently, you're gonna save so much time. You are. It's called fast food for a reason. But that boba delays your whole thing by a minute, at least. Because now you have to get a cup, scoop a boba in there, scoop like a bunch of boba pearls in there, fill it up with ice, and then start a machine, which is going to take about a minute to make the drink. Pour the drink into the cup, put the machine into another machine that seals it, and then you give it to the customer. Which, that takes a long fucking time. And if you have to do 6 or 7, there will be some customers that order like 5 bobas. They're ordering for their fucking family. And if you're up there by yourself, you have to make 5 bobas for one fucking customer. Yeah, that's like a whole 5 minutes on one fucking car. On top of whatever the kitchen has to do. So, not only do you have to bag all the orders, not only do you have to take orders in the front and drive through, you have to make those stupid fucking drinks that take a long time to fucking make. And again, I love the boba. I love they tried that, but all they did was make the job harder, and the employee that has to deal with the bullshit is not going to get paid any extra for it. And that is a fucked up thing. Now our inspections are getting stricter and stricter. They're getting stricter and stricter, but nobody's getting paid to do all the harder and harder work to meet those stricter standards. So why the fuck do you want, like, are you trying to get people to quit? Because it's working. I think 3 people just fucking quit, and there's more people just thinking about quitting. Like, nobody wants to fucking work here anymore. Not only do we have a shitty manager, we also have corporate making shitty rules. Doing shitty things, making our jobs unnecessarily harder for no fucking pay. And no, customer satisfaction has dropped, or employee satisfaction has dropped severely. Keep in mind, on top of all this, we have to deal with our customers, which in Montebello aren't exactly the friendliest customers of all time. Of all the stores I've been to, Montebello just overall has the worst fucking customers. They have the worst, most shitty fucking customers imaginable. A close one comes to Monrovia, but Monrovia is not even nearly as bad as Montebello gets. These assholes are so fucking full of themselves. They're so pretentious. They're so fucking narcissistic. It's just not even funny. Why is my order taking long? I have somewhere to be. There's only fucking 2 of us here! Shit like that, you know? There was one time where I was being harassed by this group of fucking ladies. It was just me and a cook in the back. Just me and a cook. And they just would not stop harassing me. So on top of dealing with all that shit, which we barely get paid enough to deal with, it's all these extra things that you're having us add on. And again, things took forever, like, on an understaffed day, like, without the boba. Now that they added that shit takes it even longer, and people are just like, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? I ordered a long time ago. Yeah, nobody's food is fucking ready. There's only one fucking cook who has to cook for 50 fucking people, and there's one cashier that needs to serve 50 fucking people. All coming at them at different fucking directions. You realize why it's taking so long. No, you don't. You don't fucking see it. You're actually fucking dumb. And only the people in Montebello act like that, by the way. People in Monrovia are a lot nicer about it, even though they're second worst. People in Monterey Park aren't that bad about it. People in Temple City are great. I love the customers in Temple City. And the people in Alhambra, they're great. People in Alhambra are great. The thing about Alhambra, it's also well staffed, so do with that as you will. Well, at least they were when I was going over there. Like I'd have like 6 people in a shift. I'd have like five people in a shift, which is good. I have 2 people in the front, 3 people in the back. I have 1 guy cooking. I have 1 guy helping me make plates, and we're all just getting that shit pumped out there like a well-oiled machine. That is what work should be like. But customer tier list coming soon. Honestly, most of them will be at F. Now, not to say that there's never any good customers. There's some customers that just take your bad day and make it fucking and turn it into a Beatles song. And like for example, there's this one guy who owns a pizza shop down the street from where I work at Yoshinoya, and Oh. Hello? Hello? From Popeyes? Surprise me. I'm sorry, Grandpa, I cannot hear you.
I'll give you the meal.
Okay.
Right, catch you later.
Alright. See you later, Grandpa. Thank you.
Right.
So yeah, for example, so there's this one guy. His name's John, and he owns a place called Ryu's Pizza. I was gonna keep his name private, but I mean, he has a business that I want to promote. John Ryu's Pizza, really nice guy. He he can't let his wife know he's going to Yoshinoya because of his high cholesterol, or there's something wrong. But hey, what the fuck is Immaculate Heart? I thought that was Sacred Heart. What the fuck is this shit? Oh well. So yeah, John's Rio's Pizza. It's on Montebello Boulevard, right next to the Habit. If you know that area. A really cool guy. He deserves the business. Go to him. Again, small company, and I do believe he owns more than one location. But yeah, the one in Montebello, that's the one I know. That's the one I've been to before, and I loved his pizza. It was a good pizza. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it was the most extraordinary, elegant pizza experience ever, but it is a good pizza. I loved it. It was a great pizza, actually. It's not just a good pizza. It was a great pizza. It's just. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I see him all the time. He always orders his Combo XL with a Diet Pepsi. And yeah, again, great guy. Great guy. Another person that comes in. Most of these people I don't know their names, unfortunately. Just after seeing them for a long time, I don't know their names. Now there's this one lady that doesn't come by as often as she used to. This older lady, she always orders her bowl is always different, but she always orders it with a Mountain Dew and cookies. She's a very kind lady. She's always excited to see me, and that's always something that that's definitely one thing I'm gonna miss. I'm definitely gonna miss all my regulars. All my regulars, they're great, amazing people. And then there's this one guy that works at Rite Aid. Again, I don't know his name, but he is my grandpa's pharmacist, surprisingly. And my grandpa would talk about me. He was like, "Oh wait, that's your grandson?" I was just like, "Yeah." And then yeah, so he recognizes me, he says what's up to me. He asks me how my grandpa's doing, and it's just fun all around, you know. And most of these interactions are only like a few seconds long. And there's this other guy, my buddy. My buddy, that's what I call him. I call everybody buddy, but that's like my buddy. He drives I believe it's a Toyota Tacoma, and he has fucking flames wrapped on the side. This old guy, he always orders his steak. He orders for his family, and he always gets a steak bowl for himself and an extra side of teriyaki sauce. That guy's amazing. I love that guy. That guy's amazing. He always makes me laugh. And one time I saw him in public somewhere. I think it was at Rite Aid, and he was like, "Hey, buddy!" I was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" It's always a good time. It's always a good time when I see these people. There's one guy, most beautiful mustache I've ever seen. He low-key looks like the guy from Call of Duty: The Chance with Meatballs, the guy who you can't see his eyes. Just imagine that, but you can see his eyes and he wears glasses. He always orders his habanero chicken bowl, and one time he brought a date there. I made sure his food was absolutely immaculate. I made sure that date went absolutely amazing for him. Like, like there's a lot of good times, and I think of those good times, and that's one of the reasons why I've been saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna quit," and never ended up doing it. But I actually am going through with it this time. I am taking a little week vacation for myself to just to work on myself, I guess, as a person. I'm gonna be doing Uber. Yeah, just so I have some income coming through, and it's been one hell of a journey to say the least, but as of late, the corporation has just gotten more and more corporate. All their new ideas are either lazy, or when they are like new and interesting, it's just fucking. It's a pain in the ass, and we don't get compensated for all the extra work we have to do. For example, two of our new menu items are two existing menu items with a sauce on top. The fuck is that bullshit? Well, we got rid of our Angus steak for a ribeye steak, which again, just not a problem. It's just such a lazy change that it's not even worth anything about. Like, the only good thing I say they've done is the improvement on the orange chicken recipe. Yes, it does take longer, but it's just such a higher quality product. The first scummy thing I noticed them do was swap out tilapia for salmon around the time of Lent, when people eat fish instead of meat. When most Christian or Catholic people eat fish instead of meat or red meat. They changed it to the salmon so they could charge $1.50 extra for that shit. And the salmon's not even that high quality. It's really shitty salmon. It's really shitty salmon. It falls apart. It's unseasoned. It's terrible. It's not the worst thing you could eat, but it's just it was definitely a dip in quality versus our seasoned well-cooked tilapia with flavor and a lemon butter sauce, an interesting sauce that just elevated the dish so much more. To whatever the fuck we have now. This is just how do we go from a nice, seasoned, consistent product to an inconsistent, sometimes delicious, sometimes floppy, sometimes crusty product. It's inconsistent. We charge more for it. It sucks. It's terrible. I hated having to promote that. I hated it having to promote it because there was no shame in that product. I think when they made it, it was quite literally, hey, you're gonna be forced to eat this, so we're gonna force you to pay more to eat it. It was so fucking dumb. They did not need to do that. So keep in mind, salmon costs $1.50 extra compared to the tilapia, which there was previously no upcharge for tilapia. And at the time we had shrimp. So if you wanted to exchange your red meat for any type of seafood, because that was your religion, that's what you had to do, stay faithful to your religion, cough up $1.50 extra, which isn't much, but it's still just. It's just they I guess they took pride in that. I mean, yeah. And I don't see who they're. I mean, I see through exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make more money on Lent, and that's just fucked up. It is. Right now, what you're seeing is. During a random talk like this is when you're gonna see real Richard. During the R&B podcast, I tend to put on a bit of a persona, where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be the corporate fuck. But the only reason why I put on that persona is to say like, hey, people are actually like this. Is like this. I'm not exaggerating very much from the truth, which is the sad part. Like, a lot of what Richard does as a corpo boss that wants to take over the world is quite literally what a corporation. It's quite literally the corporation mindset. Maybe only slightly over exaggerated. And again, I'm looking at that. I'm seeing that firsthand, and they're just forcing the employees to do things that they really don't need to do. The latest blunder that that Yoshinoya has had as a company is regarding our reward system. Now, most fast food places, or sometimes even retail places like Walmart, have an app where you could earn points towards discounts. And under exaggerated, really? You think Bit Richard trying to take over fucking McDonald's and using my McDonald's money to start a country called Afghanistan is an under exaggeration. I don't think I don't think McDonald's is trying to have a complete political takeover of a complete political totalitarian takeover of most of Europe and Asia. It's just such a fucking absurd bit. That's fucking hilarious just thinking about it. But yeah, the latest thing they did was just like absolutely force the reward system. So one thing that I never liked doing from the beginning of the job was mentioning the app because it just took up too much time. Like you're trying to get me to take these customers out faster. That's one thing you're trying to enforce. Yeah, you're trying to make me say all this unnecessary bullshit. Like, have you ever heard of our app? Hey, we have an app. Hey, do you have our app downloaded? If you do, you could earn points towards free food, or yeah, shit like that. And honestly, in a rush, that shit just you don't want to say that. It fucking takes forever. You want to get these people out. You want to, and I've had people complain about me having to follow that script. I'm like, yeah, I know. Say it, please. Complain about it, just not to me. Like when people are in a fast food line, they're not trying to get marketed. They're trying to fucking eat. They're giving you their money to fucking eat, not to fucking listen to a Yoshinoya app advertisement. And they put a new system in place that forces us to do it. That forces us to do it if we want to treat our customers fairly. And that is a bit too far. And that is not the straw that got me to quit. This happened like 2 days ago. I had already put my 2 weeks in. I'll tell you the story that got me to quit. That like just officially like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. The story that got me to quit is or no. The thing that they did as soon as I was about to quit is, so normally we have a reward system. And the more a customer comes, the more points they earn towards the reward. So it's an incentive to keep coming to Yoshinoya. Like, oh, if I keep coming to Yoshinoya, eventually I'll get a free large bowl and a drink. Wow. Or I'll get a free drink, or I'll get a free dessert. Or actually, no, it doesn't work like that anymore. They changed it a little bit, which I think was a little bit of a better change. They changed the app a little bit so you get like a certain amount off. So like, oh, you'll get, I can earn enough points to get $5 off my order, $10 off my order. I think you can go up to $25 off your order with enough points. And it's just like, Jesus, you know? Like, our app is fucking crazy. Or, yeah, their app, oh, today is the last day I can officially say our app is fucking crazy. And I like that. It was a great idea. It's a lot less confusing. There's no more having to, like, read in between the... No more like fine print, like only fucking coupons. It's more straightforward and shit like that, and that was a good thing. And you're wondering why I'm complaining? Well, it's because fuck, how do I word this? So to get your points, you could either have the cashier scan your phone, like, hey, can you scan my phone so I could get my points on my order? Yeah, sure. Or Afghanistan is trying to make water. Afghanistan does have good intents, Bradley. You're very much right. But even at that, if my PT Cruiser does take a shit on me, I am buying a Ford. I don't give a fuck about the child labor. That was a beautiful driving experience, and if children can make cars that good, then I'm all for it. That's Bit Richard speaking, by the way. I know he's supposed to be dead, but I don't think I'm. I think as long as I'm not being racist, I think I'm okay. I'm not actually racist, guys, by the way. It's all a joke. So anyways, so if they forget to tell you, it's okay. They have a barcode that they could scan on the app themselves using their camera. So you go to the app, you say scan receipt barcode, and your barcode is right there available for you to scan. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They actually, They actually, this is interesting. They actually nerfed the app from when I first worked there. So, on the bottom of your coupons that you would get through the mail, there was a code. If you put that code onto your app, you would have that coupon on your app. So you put in that code, and you have that coupon to use on your app, to use at the store, so you could scan. So now you essentially doubled your coupons. That shit was wild. You could actually have double the coupons. That shit was crazy. So you come back, get your 2 bowls one day, and you come back, use your entire coupon book, then have an entire second set of your coupon book on your fucking phone. They nerfed that shit. I can see why. That was a bit too generous of them. I'm gonna be honest. That's just asking to lose money. But that I can see why they changed that. They changed that a long time ago. But that's just something interesting. I thought I'd let you know about the app. But in all seriousness, they took away the option to scan your barcode receipt. And why would they do that? It's because in our new script, we're supposed to mention the app again. We weren't supposed to do that for a long time because corporate knew, like, hey, yeah, you're right. People are complaining that it's taking too long to get their order taken because they're blabbering about adding drinks and desserts, and they're blabbering about about you downloading their app. So they took that off our script, and we were fucking happy. But now they re-added it back to the script, and nobody wants it back. Nobody wants to mention the app after every fucking customer. If you have a line of 10 people, that's gonna be 10 people you're telling, like, hey, did you know we had an app? Yeah, you could use. That's 10 people you're trying to fucking market to. We're fast food, motherfucker. We're not supposed to be marketing our app. That's your guys' job to do, not ours. We're not part of the marketing team. Fuck you. So in an attempt to force us to talk about the app, they got rid of the barcode. So now, for every single fucking customer, like before they even pay for their food, you have to tell them, hey, do you have your app so you could scan for your points? No, you don't have your app? You should download it. You could get points off this order. But here's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna wait to get home and download it. They're gonna download it in the middle of the thing and hold back your fucking line after you already held back the line by simply asking them about the app. It is so fucking dumb. People on Reddit are complaining about it too. Like, that's how. And the Yoshinoya subreddit is fucking dead. So if there's people complaining about it on fucking Reddit, that Yoshinoya has a big issue. People are complaining about it on a dead subreddit. A subreddit that gets posted to like once every fucking month. That's how fucking dead it is. It is fucking ridiculous. Cause this fucks over the customer just so they can fuck over their employee that they're not gonna pay any extra to do this. So yeah. And the thing that got me to quit was actually something my boss did and not the corporation. I could live with corporate bullshit. I could, to an extent, but corporate bullshit on top of my boss's bullshit is a bit too much for me to handle. So Labor Day weekend tends to be slower. In the morning. I don't work the morning shift. I don't. It's just not something I do very often, especially lately. I think this past year I've only worked the morning shift twice at that, if that. My 6 months, our 6 months into this year, I've maybe done morning shift once or twice. Which, not that I don't know how to do morning shift, but it's just I prefer to close, and I guess they took that to heart and thought I only wanted to close, which I mean, whatever. But I guess I'd rather only close than only open, but oh, my bad. I'm washing a dish real quick. So I'm gonna make some tea. Right now it's just I'm in the mood for tea. So, morning shift is just fucking slower than night shift. Like, other than the lunch rush, morning shift is slower than night shift at our store in particular, because we have a movie theater. And that movie theater is the only movie theater in the city. That movie theater gets packed. It gets so packed, as a matter of fact, that sometimes for work, I have to park in the Big Lots parking lot, which is all the way on the other side of the fucking lot. On the Big Lots side, it's all one huge parking lot, but the Big Lots parking lot is about as far away from Yoshinoya as you can. It's about as far away from Yoshinoya as you can get. So, most of the time I have to park over there by the fucking piece of shit Big Lots parking lot. Nothing wrong with Big Lots, by the way. I loved going there. It was a nice pastime for my lunch break sometimes. So Big Lots parking lot. So I had to take a fucking trek all the way back to work. So there's a movie theater, and with the movie theater, some people watch a movie and be like, "Hey, we should get something to eat." What's in our area? The first thing they see is a fucking Yoshinoya. So, just because most Yoshinoya stores are dead on Labor Day because they're not near anything, they're just in the middle of a random lot, typically in a lot with other restaurants. And even though there are other restaurants in our lot, we are the first thing people see. And that is the first thing they're going to go to. Which, again, clever marketing strategy. Why would you put only 2 people on my fucking shift? Why? I get it for every other Yoshinoya. They're probably going to have like 2 or 3 customers an hour because it's fucking Labor Day weekend and people are at home barbecuing with their families, whatever. But some people are also out and about in the movies. The movie parking lot is always packed. I could almost never find parking like close to the store. That's one of the reasons why I'm late. I'm just looking for parking. And I don't find it, so I have to fucking take a hike back to work. For the whole Labor Day weekend, they gave me only 2 employees each, and I would get the most disgusting rushes. The most disgusting rushes known to mankind. Ask Eric about it, he could confirm this. Like, it was just busy, non-stop. And it's just annoying to deal with. And today, or yesterday, they fucked me over too. Yesterday was a delivery day, which means it takes longer to get our tasks done. So, on top of all of our cleaning tasks, we have to do a bunch of heavy lifting, move boxes here and there, and do all that dumb shit. On top of all the shit that we have to clean already, I had to train a new girl on how to close on a fucking delivery day. Do you know how late I stood at fucking work? I left at 1:25. I'm supposed to be off at 12:30. I stood a whole ass extra hour because I couldn't fucking finish anything. I was even on the verge of just leaving it like that and having them fucking deal with it. Oh yeah, we gave you 5 people. Yeah, 5 people. The 2 most experienced people that I probably would have needed to stay later throughout the night, you had them leave at 8 and 9. Which is early. I still get rushes at those times. And you left me with the 2 people that I'm still fucking training at the dead of night. Spider-Man is out. It was non-stop rush the whole fucking shift. From 4 to 11. It was non-stop. It died at 11, thank fucking God. It didn't even completely die at 11. I still had 3 cars, but for the most part, busy the whole fucking day. And they left me with fucking 2 trainees at night. I had no time to put away deliveries the whole night. They had no time to clean the fucking dining room. There was no time to do anything. So I had to stay an extra hour. On top of that, the girl that they made me close with didn't even know that she was closing that day, and she had to go to school the next morning. She had to be up by 5 to get ready for school. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong? But yeah, that's what happened to me yesterday, and that's just the smallest little bit of all my problems I have with the fucking company right now. Point is, I'm not very happy with the state of the company right now, and had my boss not been a bitch and had corporate not been so fucking retarded lately, I probably would still be working happily at Yoshinoya, but here we are. They've been teasing me. They've been teasing me. Oh, by the way, in the middle of all this, they've been teasing me with a promotion for a fucking year. I didn't get that promotion thanks to nepotism. It was my old boss's sister, who happens to be besties with my current boss, that ended up getting the promotion, despite the fact that my district manager was just like, yeah, I want you to become the assistant manager. And then he told me that a couple of other times too. And honestly, as of this day, they had not even given me a store to be an assistant manager at. And the one store they did give me, for a measly $1 raise, we're gonna make me travel twice as far. Now, if gas was only a fucking dollar, I'd be up for it. But unfortunately, that shit's like $5. I'm not gonna travel double the distance for a fucking dollar raise. It's not worth it at all. So I eventually decided to put my 2 weeks in. I put my 2 weeks in twice, and the first time there's like, oh no, we're about to promote you for real this time. I'm like, okay. Then I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Nothing's happening. Then I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Nothing's happening. So I just put my 2 weeks in again after that Labor Day weekend blunder where I just had nothing but shitty shifts, and I'm done. I'm tired of being treated like shit. I'm tired of all my other employees being treated like shit. They're welcome to follow me in quitting if they want to. They're welcome to stay if they want to. I have nothing against them whatsoever. I loved working with everybody. I loved everybody I met there, but all my bosses and such were not necessarily the best kind of people you'd want to run a business, and yeah, unfortunately that's just how it has to be. So I am now quitting. I'm gonna take a week off of work for now. On Friday I have my Avenged Sevenfold concert, which I'm so fucking hyped for, and I'm gonna be putting in job applications. I'm gonna hope somebody reaches out to me, and I'm probably gonna be like spending time as I'm doing Uber. I'm probably gonna stop at businesses I'm somewhat interested in and see how much they pay and see what I could do there. But until then, that is all I have for you guys today. That is the reason why I'm leaving Yoshinoya, and here's to a better future for me, hopefully. Goodbye.